So much hype was built up about this game and it was round one. How are the boys feeling after their loss on the weekend?
Oh, as disappointed as I'm sure our fans are. We've just finished our review and looked really disappointed with our first 20 minutes of not being able to match their energy. And then obviously we dominated every statistic after that. After quarter time, we were really happy with how we dominated the game, but we just weren't able to be composed enough and take advantage of that domination for 3 quarters. So really happy we fought back from 40 odd points down, but disappointed that we allowed them to get away to a start, and then we didn't capitalise on some really good 3 quarters of strong hard footy.
Everyone's been asking the question what went wrong and everyone kind of is giving the same answer, we're not sure. Is there any more light on actually why the first 20 minutes were?
I think you give credit to the opposition. They certainly played a really attacking brand of footy, and they really caught us off guard the first 15 to 20 minutes of us on our back on our heels a little bit. And they were really up and about. They kicked some terrific goals, and we probably didn't ask them enough questions. So yeah, we're still disappointed that we built up for round one, and why didn't we come out with the intensity that they did? But on the flip side, we fought back from it. We didn't go into our shells. We kept on asking them questions, and in the end, weren't good enough to get over the line.
Moving forward, it was only round one. What needs to be worked on this week to ensure it doesn't happen again?
Obviously, we don't want to give the Giants a 7-goal start like we did Brisbane. So we will focus on that, but we know that you start well for 10 minutes doesn't give you the 4 points. So look, we'll focus on defending a little bit better. And obviously, we generated 70 odd inside 50, so really happy with that. Just the outcome and how we kicked the ball inside 50, we need to work on those a little bit more to make sure we ask some more questions of the opposition. We made it pretty difficult for our forwards to not hit the scoreboard enough.
We've been talking about, growing a winning culture within the club so early in the year. Is a win this weekend really crucial?
Look, it's always interesting. Round one build-up it's the be-all and end-all, and then straight away now round two's more important than what last week was. So, look, we want to get a win. We want to make sure we go over to Sydney and get a win, and we're disappointed that we left 4 points on the park at our home ground. So look, it is vitally important, but so is the week after that and the week after that. So we're more focused on how we go about playing our brand of footy for the 4 quarters, and I suppose we gave the players a view that how they were able to play was really strong. If they're able to produce that again this week, they'll give us a chance to win the game.
Do you feel like there was a bit more added pressure after round one, and do you look to do your own ambush this weekend?
Not our own ambush. We want to play a real strong brand of footy, but over the 4 quarters, not for 3 quarters or 3 and a bit. So, as I said, we were happy we fought back. We were really happy with how we played for 80% of the game. We've just got to do that for longer. From the start, we know there'll be ebbs and flows, but we're not going to change the way we played. We showed the guys that we continue to play the way we did. Will be a chance to knock off the Giants, and will be a chance to win round 3 and round 10 and round 15.
How's David's follow going? What actually happened to his ankle?
He just rolled it, obviously a little bit worse than just a roll on our session on Thursday. So look, he'll be, I suppose, touch and go. We'll have a light session tomorrow, which he probably won't play a huge part of, and then Thursday we'll have our main session, and hopefully he's available then. So he's definitely a chance, but I suppose we'll play by ear to see how it progresses over the next 2 or 3 days.
Would he be a straight swap for Hanley, or does it open up the door for a Jesse Lonergan or someone else?
Well, look, David would have played if he had been available, so if he's available, he'll come into our team, but that'll be with match committee later in the week. As I said, we were happy with how we played predominantly, so there's not too many guys that are underdone or under risk to be out of the team, but David's certainly in our better 22.
Are there any concerns around mindset and attitude? It's not the first time the team's lapsed. They sort of faded away against the Western Bulldogs as well. Is it issue above the sort of shoulders?
No, not really. Their attitude, to come back from 47 points down shows their attitude was good, and they believe in what they can do and how they can run out a game. It's just the ability to make sure the lead doesn't get that big, and then when we do have the ball in our hands, have been a bit smarter and a bit more composed. So we're happy with the attitude. We're not happy with the first 15 minutes, but the attitude overall was pretty good, and the brand of footy they played, we're pretty happy with.
Did you watch the Giants game yesterday and take anything out of that, what Adelaide were able to do against them?
Oh, look, we know Adelaide are a very good team, and playing in Adelaide Oval is a difficult prospect. And we know the Giants are a good team also. But we're really focused on, what we're going to do, how we played our game. We were really happy with it for 3 quarters. We just weren't happy enough with that first 20 minutes.
And where do you think the game will be won this Saturday against the Giants? Is it the outside speed or midfield, the inside battle? Where is it?
Look, it's going to be all over the whole park. We think our midfield certainly generate enough opportunities, and our forwards certainly capitalised, but we didn't capitalise enough. So look, it's going to be all over the park. But we know it starts with the midfield, and we've got to make sure our midfield are on song, not only from the start, but as the game keeps going along, and we're away from home, so it's a different proposition.
Is there any concern losing the foot speed of Hanley, I guess, considering the pace of the game and the pace of the Giants?
No, we think we've got pretty good foot speed throughout our whole team, and guys can play a variety of roles, whether it's Pearce on ball or our wingman or our half forwards or half back. So we think we'll be able to cover that. He's a terrific player, Pearce, but we think foot speed is certainly one of our strengths.
How did the two first-year boys pull up after their first games? Benny Ainsworth, Jack Bowes?
Yeah, no problems. They got through it, better for the experience. They would have loved to have sung the song, obviously, but yeah, they got through it well, and I'm sure it's the first of quite a few games for the Suns in the future.
Obviously, mate, it was a difficult situation with Pearce. Did he know before the game, or is that something that was acknowledged to him before he played? Because he played a pretty good game, so that's in his head.
Yeah, I think the club's sort of spoken about it. It's a private matter amongst the Hanleys, and we'll support them as much as we can. But I think the less said about it, we'll just worry about them to go and support it and get close to their family.
Do you have any sort of time frame of when it's back?
No, we'll allow that with Pearce. Whatever it takes, as long as Pearce is there to support his family and his family support him, and however long that takes is up to him.
Rocket said after the game that the captains were quite disappointed with how they played, and 3 or 4 other key players also. Are you really looking for them to step up this weekend?
Look, there's obviously varying degrees of your first gamers, what they're going to have to achieve and how they're going to go about playing the game, and then we expect Tommy and Maisie and all our leaders to play well, and Rocket certainly asked them. He's going to ask them for not a better effort. They put in a really good effort just to play at a better level. And when you put your hand up to be a leader and captains of the club, the expectations rise of the standards you've got to play at. So I'm sure those two will bounce back really well.
There was a bit of movement with the players actually after half-time and moving around in positions. Is that something you guys need to look at for the starting side for this weekend?
I think it's a positive for our side. We've got a lot of guys who can play a variety of roles. So we changed a few on-ballers around, and that was more just trying to play. We were happy with how we were playing in that second quarter, but we probably weren't asking enough questions of Brisbane. So different guys played in the middle, and we also hit the scoreboard a little bit more. So we think we have the ability to do that, whether it's more bigger bodies inside or more speed inside. We've got a lot of guys who can play a variety of roles. So that'll be a week-by-week proposition, quarter-by-quarter proposition.
Do you consider using Shawnee Lemons in the forward line a bit more now, considering he can lock in the ball in the forward 50 and add that defensive pressure up front?
Yeah, look, we obviously threw him forward and threw a couple of other players back, so we're happy with how he went forward. He obviously hit the scoreboard a couple of times for us. I think a couple of years ago he played a forward role for us for a month or so. So we know he's got the capabilities of that, and I think AFL game makes you have to be capable of playing quite a few different roles, and Sean is able to do that, so we'll decide that in a match committee, but we're happy how he went forward.